decided we're going to sell the house. We came out, picked out a house that we found that spoke to us, that's what we consider an in-betweener, and we're in Poughkeepsie, and then we decide to do the store. And Renee said, I want to do it. This time I want to have the store, and since we're in the Witchcraft District, it's going to be Witchcraft District Bazaar. And then of course inside is my space here where I do what I do. Art on You started as something that I was doing during my college years. I was inspired by others that started out from very humble beginnings and eventually make it. I kid you not, I was making color copies of my artwork that said Art on You in it, because I had this idea of I put art on you, but on, I know grammatically incorrect, on you car, on you wall, on you shirt. And I talked a few friends into allowing me to glue stick these images into their back windows, which later became, I figured out how to make my own stickers that I could cut out, and I was ironing on transfers onto shirts. And then I get to Salt Lake and I meet my wife, and she says I should do tattoos, and I find my way into tattooing. Attitude Tattoo, where I apprenticed, eventually managed, we learned, and then we go across the valley and we start Art on You Studios. And that's where we got the experience to run the business. I self-describe my work as wonderfully witchy and beautifully dark from a shadowed realm. And I'm doing it in black and gray. It just sort of goes. The magically charged tattoo sigils. That started because of, well, ink therapy. How can we somehow do it to where people can come in for real ink therapy? I mean, like actually healing tattoo somehow, and they just sort of milled around my head for a bit. And then I had to think about, well, rituals. We've been ritualizing for years. Renee and I have been, conducting our own rituals for years and years. And then it just sort of organically started evolving. I had this idea, wait a minute, what if we did it as a ritual, and I designed a sigil that was specific to the individual? I've got it. So I got some people that I'd said, listen, I want you to try and do this with me. I'm going to design a sigil. I want to address something for you. It could be something that's self-empowering, or maybe you want me to address something that's ailing you. And so whether it was depression, or if it was anxiety, or whatever it was, or maybe they wanted something that, sort of boosted them. They wanted to feel a bit more creative in their life, or whatever it was. Cool, I've got it. I would create a sigil, and during the conversation, I would get bits of their personality. And I would put elements in the sigil that would address whatever it is that they wanted to have addressed. And I wanted to create it so it looked very old world, like it came out of the Warlock spell book. And then when you come in, you enter into the Warlock's lair, but we're in the middle of the woods and we're at a different age. And then we engage into ritual. So there's a full invocation, there's a bell, there's incense, there's a gong, and we go quiet, and I'm tattooing. So that part, of course, is going to be traditional. There's gloves, there's ink, there's all the safe things that, would be with the tattoo, but I'm making the sigil on them. And as it's happening, we are literally focused ourselves in ritual to imbue this with magic. And when it's finished, they leave, and it's something that they literally carry with them the rest of their lives, that they can feel it's different. It's not the other tattoos that are the original artwork pieces. This is something that's magically helping them. And I've yet to have anybody that's engaged in this process say otherwise. They leave and they feel different. They feel relieved. They feel more power. And I've been putting up testimonials where as it moves forward, weeks, months, even up to a couple years now since starting to do this, that they're saying, no, it's still working. I sometimes rub it, I'll sometimes think about it, but yeah, it still continues to help me. So it's been unique, it's been fun, and I love doing the ritual tattoos for folks. They can be very emotional for them. And for me, it's very satisfying to know that I can contribute toward helping them in some fashion.
I'm very excited to have as my guest author, teacher, and shaman, Leonard B. Leonard, thank you so much for being on our show.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm very glad to be here.
Yes.
We are in the middle of Manhattan doing this very early in the morning, so you are like a miracle worker here.
Oh, well, we are so excited to speak to you. You've been a published author for how many years now?
Almost 11. I started writing for some magazines in my country. I won a prize for the Mother's Day article in 2013. I collaborated with a couple of books in Spanish for a small publisher, and I did my first book in Spanish in 2015.
Wow. Did you grow up wanting to be a writer?
I wanted to be a reader because I was bullied in the school, so I find that the library in the school is like a safe shelter when you are a child. You can throw yourself in there and feel safe when you are reading and translate yourself to different places and different stories. And I had the opportunity to read Pablo Neruda, Gabriel Garcia Marquez, Paulo Coelho, Isabel Allende, Cortázar, all of these amazing Latin authors, and I wanted to be a reader. So with the time, starting to write is easier because you have a lot of things inside of you.
Exactly, that you want to express and get out there.
Exactly.
That's wonderful.
And put in the hands of someone else.
Right. That's wonderful. And it's because it's great to really share knowledge.
We have a purpose. You should serve to someone else or to a complex group of people. We need to serve in some way, and I think that when you're writing or doing music or doing art, whatever you're doing, if you're serving to someone else, you're doing something good. So I find that writing, like I can put my own experience in the hands of someone else. Oh, I learned this, let me put this more accessible to someone else in other words.
That's wonderful. I think it's so important. So you migrated to this country with very little, practically the shirt off your back, and a suitcase full of magic. Was there ever a time that you considered that your move to the U.S. was a mistake?
And $15. I come with $15 in the pocket. Wow. I buy Dr. Pepper in the airport. Immediately I arrive in Atlanta. Immediately I drink that, I say, I need to stay here. I don't think that we make mistakes in our decisions. Personally, I don't think, because in the moment that you take a decision, whatever is the reason, for good or for bad, you decide, you choose for will, that this is what I want to do, and this is what I did. So I don't feel like I made any mistake, especially because I did this not totally for myself. I wanted to help to my nephews, my family, some foundations that I collaborate in Venezuela. So I was just thinking, the resources here in my country are very limited, so I need to go to a place where I can find more opportunities, more jobs, because all of these opportunities and jobs can turn in more money, and you can use the money to help others. So I don't feel that I make any mistake. I have almost 8 years in New York, and I continue feeling very proud of my decision.
That's wonderful. So you've learned a lot as you came in and settled into New York City. Yeah. About yourself. Is there anything more that you want to add to that?
I learned a lot about individuality, about being yourself, about this experience of like put yourself out there and being yourself against every standard that are in society, because I grew up in a country that is in some cultural or social aspects is not so advanced like United States. especially when we talk about women's rights, about altruism, about collaboration with other people, about how empower other people, about mental health. These kind of talkings, we don't have it too much in Latin America. So I learned that you can be an individual, you can be yourself, you can stand for yourself, you can be different, and you can motivate and empower others to be different. If you feel that someone else is not feeling comfortable in a place, you can motivate them and let them express themselves out, like take this that you have inside and try to put out, because someone else will enjoy or will take that inspiration that you are giving to, and you are creating like different steps for other people. You motivate one, this person motivates another one, and you are healing a whole new generation that is coming behind you.
We see you have these books that we have out for you, and in your book, Manifestation Magic, you state incredible powers embrace every cell in your body. So how can one tap into this incredible power?
Okay, two things. The first one, you have the power. I mean, the fact that you are now recording here with me, or the person who is detrás the camera, the person who is directing, the person with the audio, every person here in this place now in the studio, or every person watching this video, watching this thing that we are doing here, every person is struggling with a lot of things in their personal life. In the work, in the job, probably you have a neighbor that is very rusty with you, is very rude. Maybe you are you're studying the college and some teacher is treating you in a bad way. But whatever is the reason, you are here. You come here and you continue doing your work, you continue waking up in the morning, you continue doing your stuff. That is literally hope, because you have the hope that it's not about, I'm thinking that will be better. You literally know that will be better. You just need to continue working out. That's the power that you have. You can literally change your life. You can tomorrow wake up and say, I don't want this job, I can take this another one. You have all power of decision and choice over your life.
Can you tell us how to fix a quick charm from something that might be in our kitchen cabinet that we could use for prosperity?
Right. Magic is in the kitchen, so the first thing that you need to do is watch which elements I have exactly in the kitchen. I have sugar, I have pepper, I have salt. All of these elements are very common in magic. You can use, for example, sugar and cinnamon powder to bring good luck. You can put that in the door. That is very good to bring money. You can put, for example, eucalyptus very close to the door to keep, when people is coming over and over to you to ask for money, you can put eucalyptus very close to the door, so to keep them away. You can keep, for example, chamomile flowers with bay leaves in your pockets or in your bag to bring money to you. Remember that the clothes or the things that you use every day represent your mood, represent your energy, so try to use things that make you manifest and bring more of this stuff together. Like, for example, if you want to bring a better position in your job, you can use blue. That is the color of Jupiter, the planet, that represents everything that is going forward, everything that is empowering. You can use blue. So in that way, they are starting to consider you to make a different work, to make something bigger or better in your job, whatever related with money.
So is there anything else you are currently working on?
I'm working on 2 books now. I shouldn't talk too much about it, but one of those books is related with some kind of magical mystery tradition that we have in my country, in Venezuela. We have a lot of magic and spirituality related with the world of dreams and oneiromancy. I'm trying to put all of this together about dreams, not just interpretation and dreams divination, but also everything about lucid dream, astral projection, all of this just wrapped together.
Wow, well, we look forward to those books coming out. They sound fascinating. I wish to thank the viewers for tuning in. Until next time, thank you for watching Oculus Alchemy.
May magic inspire you always. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again.